All is well, all is good. Call me DJ Chalie Numbas. I've been everywhere. I'm the Globe Stroller. All is hood. Welcome to the Phat Mechanics Chop Shop. Today, it's a really, really special guest for me.
Oh, man.
It's my man, JT, from All the Smoke from ATS. Julian Thomas, one of my first, I don't know what to even call you, bro. Like one of my first management jobs.
It's like Mr. Miyagi and Danielson right now. Know what I mean?
JT, Julian Thomas, what's up, bro?
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's up.
We gonna take it back to the beginning, but I want to start with last night.
Man,
So
fire.
we went to I went to my first. No, I can't say this is my first, but since the rap battle been in this space, this is my first one with the cameras and all the lights and stuff. Because you know we was with Miss Fortune when she was bodying people at the unofficial rap battles. But
First off, shout out to Miss Fortune. Like
100.
at one point, I felt like she had like, and this was back then. Like, so I can only imagine what she can do now. But she just had some of the greatest freestyle abilities ever to me.
Off the dome.
Just just based on just her age bracket, like she was bodying. I mean,
Grown.
Can we cuss on here? Or we can't cuss on.
You cuss on here.
I won't cuss on here.
Okay.
But she was bodying. She was cooking. She was cooking a lot of individuals back in the day.
Hey, this is my show. You looked at Big Sis. You looked at Taylor. But don't cuss if you don't have to. Don't cuss.
My bad.
Yeah, she gave you that. It's Sunday.
Right, hey, I swear
did
she was
not.
like, hey, I got a knuckle sandwich for you. You better not cuss. Okay.
But yeah, go ahead. Continue.
I just feel like she is responsible for me not just jotting the first thing down that I think of. You know, because she was so clever and witty back then, and even though she was younger than me, I still looked up to her in ways.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I feel like we had in common, we still got in common, is we got old souls.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely that.
You know, and age don't really matter when it comes to wisdom, man. Like you can get it from anywhere. So shout out to Fortune.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Fortune.
And I wouldn't let y'all cuss. I wouldn't let y'all cuss on the record. So that's
Right.
that's funny.
And it's interesting you say that, because that kind of forced us to be more more creative.
Yeah. Use your vocabulary.
Anybody could, and right to this day, I still hate when people rhyme the B word with the S word. It bothers the heck out of me still. Like, it's just such a cop out. Like, I be like, man, so many things. Stitch.
That you can say.
Yeah, so yeah. Shout out to that.
Yeah, man. So let's go back to the beginning right quick. So when did you start rapping? Do you remember?
Barely. I barely remember when I first started rapping. I would say when I was young, maybe about like 8 or 9, my brother and my cousin used to always rap and freestyle.
Right.
So I knew I always wanted to be a part of that, because I would always be like the little hype man in the background, like kind of hyping them up. And of course I picked up trying to freestyle, but I actually started trying to write songs probably like a 2-3 year span after that.
Right.
So yeah, I would say about 8 or 9 years old, that's when I developed my passion for hip hop.
What would you say? Like, so just say your earlier rhymes. What did you learn that made you start to level up? I mean, I know the answers to this, but act like I don't know. Tell the people.
It's simple. I can. I was in artist development. Of course, y'all know that.
Boot camp.
Boot camp. And, we had to do push-ups if we said we can't. And I felt like that was like the beginning of showing me structure and the proper discipline. Especially when you're trying to go after something that you want, you got to realize that you got to work for it, and it's details. It's just better to know the details and be detailed on the things that you do when you like kind of like for me, I wasn't necessarily a roughneck. I feel like I was a good kid. But
he was in that element.
I was
though.
definitely in that element, and I had already came up in a lot of rough situations, so I was becoming a product of my environment, and I felt like it was just like right on time. Like
Yeah.
it was right on time.
Yeah, God don't make no mistakes. What do you remember about that time? So I know what we was doing. I know we was in a huge studio.
So
The first time they
So-
brought you to me. Tell the people.
I ain't gonna lie, man. These guys look like giants, man. I still remember exactly what that day felt like. I remember it felt like all day. It was my birthday. That's
It
what.
was?
Yeah.
I didn't know
It was
that.
my birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
So, shout out to my cousin. I don't even
My
know if I.
cousin, too. You can
I
say
don't-
his name.
I can, because you
Yeah.
know how he be.
Yeah.
You know how
just,
he be.
just say the short.
So shout out to my cousin Ish, man. He is one of those people, man, that truly light the room up when he come in, man.
100.
He was actually the cousin that was with my brother that was always rapping, and he kind of inspired me to want to rap, and to even just put together words and make them rhyme.
Yeah.
Like that was Ish, and he always had my back. Like even outside of the music, if anything ever went down, he was my cousin, but he was like big bro.
Solid. He's in Chicago.
so-
Chicago Connect.
I remember it was all day,
Yeah.
and I don't know if y'all know, man. I was one of them. Once I liked something and I was like into it, I was on it.
Sagittarius. You in it with two.
I was
two,
on it.
Two legs.
I had how the horses got the blinders on. Like
Yep.
I didn't see nothing else. I'm like,
That's it.
he like, yeah, I'm gonna introduce you to Cuz. We gonna go to the studio. So I'm thinking like I had been to like little setups, home studios. Even funny thing is I had like a cassette tape in my closet with a mic.
That was your
and
studio.
I used to steal my parents' tapes and stick like
Stuff like paper balls,
Yeah, so
paper
you
in
can
the
record
tip.
them.
Yeah. People don't know about that.
Yeah, so he was like, we gonna go to the studio. So it got nighttime. Cause back then we was moving at night. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So I remember it started raining. He like he come on, knock on the door. It was like, I think it was like, it felt super late, but I'm pretty sure it was only about like
Evening time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
would get there about what time,
probably
Phil?
like 8:39 or something like that.
Yeah. Zeta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we would get there about 7.
Yeah.
We would we would get there early and tell y'all to come late, so y'all be there on time.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. Continue.
So basically, we pull up and it's pouring down. Like I'm talking like
Oh, you
I had
remember the details.
I had never been to a big studio before. So when we pull up, it looked like it's a building and it's not nobody's house.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, man, like this is crazy. Like, and I remember the first time I seen Phoenix, man. Phoenix looked. You'd have thought Phoenix was like 7'2". So the way I was looking, like, cause it was raining. He had on like his black coat. You know what I'm saying? He picked this big
Keyboard.
the
Triton.
keyboard, the Triton. He picked the Triton up out the trunk, slammed the trunk, boom. He walk in. I'm like, oh, this is serious.
It's serious
This
business.
is serious. So I walk in, and I remember we was in the big studio room,
Yeah.
and that's when you was sitting there. And this guy, man, probably had like the deepest voice I ever heard, man. Like in person, like, what up? I'm like, little dude, probably like, I'm like, now mind you, I'm like 120 pounds soaking wet or something. Like this is, and I'm like, man, I'm kind of nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
Right.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ruben would like, dang, I don't want to miss. The Marksman was there.
Yeah.
The Marksman was there.
Yeah.
And,
Slim Nays.
Slim Nays.
Anonymous.
Yeah. And then in come Fortune, man.
Yeah.
And man, like, it was like instant, like, you know, it was just an instant connection. Like, I had never met a young lady that rapped in person.
Yeah.
Until Fortune.
Yeah. And she was young.
Of course,
young.
and she was super young. She came
little,
here
tiny,
super confident. Oh, what up, though? You know, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I'm really in the studio. So,
and I don't even think that was her session though. I think she was recording something for us for Amanda, maybe.
And I think the Marksman had a session because they recorded a few songs.
You're right.
They had a few songs, right?
You're right.
And then they had a track produced by you guys.
Yeah.
Called Gutter.
Opium.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, shot clock. I gotta like ace this test. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that's how it always felt to me, and that's what always made me better, was like, from the beginning, I felt like, I'm like, this is a test. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always pushed me to be better. So,
and I'm gonna tell you something right quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to tell you this before I forget. Really, Ish, I really had a bone to pick with Ish, because Ish brought you in on the process that we had. We would never bring you in. So, you know, he really thought you was special, because we would never bring you in the middle. You would have to come to my crib first and do the pre-production, because you had how many verses? Because this dude, and you told me later on that this was Ish that did that.
Yeah.
But you would say, is this enough? You're like, nah, keep writing, little nigga. keep writing.
Keep writing.
So there was no song structure.
Yeah, it was no song structure. I did hear the beat, and then he put it on the CD so I can have it on the little Discman.
Right.
So I'm in there, and one thing about me, like, when I write to beats, I don't necessarily need the details. I just need the tempo. And once I was locked in on the tempo, I'm writing. He come in there 15 minutes. What you got? I'm like, I said to him, he like, all right, keep writing. Keep writing. Now, at the time, I think that's when they was working on Slim Nays did that I Can't Quit.
Yeah.
I want that joint, which was super fire.
Slim Nays.
That track
shout out Slim Nays.
Was intimidating, actually. Because I'm like, man.
Because you weren't there yet.
Yeah, like, I'm not there yet, like, delivery or nothing. Like, I'm just like, man, this is crazy. So, I believe everybody laid their verse. Y'all laid the hook.
Yeah.
Cause I remember I was like, that's kind of slick. Like, the hook kind of sound like gritty.
It was real grimy.
And I went in there, and I said a bunch of nothing, you know, that rhyme. But y'all saw the potential in me.
Yep.
So, and from that point on, that's where it began.
Yep.
That's really where it began.
And it was important for us, me and Pell, like, so it was we really, after that session, we was really excited about you, because we was like, dang, hey, to be that young, this kid is nice. You kind of fit in with what Fortune was doing too. So I was like, we got to get him to the crib to. You know, you remember how you actually had that Disrespect song that your first recording with us at the crib.
Yeah.
You already had the song, but we just took the verse and kind of dissected it and just kind of, because that's what we would do with everybody. So Fortune, you know, Fortune been rapping since she was 4 years old. So with her, it took some of that. But when you seen her, she was polished. You was like, oh man.
It was crazy. Like, I'm like, man, she polished. Like she not mumbling over her words or nothing.
Yeah,
Like I'm
because
like,
you think you went through the boot camp.
Yeah.
She's really my wife's niece, so
Yeah, oh, yeah, so,
she might get a
all
whooping.
time.
Yeah, she might get a whooping for saying the wrong thing. So yeah. But okay, so from there,
real quick.
Go
real
ahead.
quick,
I did
real
cut you
quick.
off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was the first time I fit in. I fit in anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
When you said that, it hit me. That was the first time I ever fit in anywhere.
Right. Oof.
Cause I came down
Do you
here.
think? Okay.
I was a little young dude from Chicago.
Right.
You know, excuse me. I was a little young guy from Chicago.
Rough
I had
around the edges.
my little accent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The guys ain't like that. The girls did. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, you know, I didn't fit in because you know I sound different.
Right.
And then I didn't fit into the gang stuff because I was into music.
Yeah.
You know, and then it was like when y'all came along, I was like, yeah.
Didn't we do a song called "Fitting In" or something? Fitting in or something. It was something. You having this conversation reminded me of something that we create. I'll think of it later. But so let me ask you this. Okay, so when you started to felt like you fit in, what made you level up? Like where did you go lyrically? Like from those sessions and like you say the boot camps where you had to do push-ups if you said I can't do something because you would do 1,000 takes in there. I'll be like. You'd be like, man, I can't do it no other way, cuz
I can't do it, man. I can't.
All right.
And then before you know it,
I can hear him
now you
saying
got
that
40
too.
push-ups.
Yep.
You got 40 push-ups.
Me and Pell was out there. We didn't have no clicker, but we was counting. I said, where you at? He'd be like 10. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
20. Yeah, okay. Keep saying it. Come out. But
It was a lot of one thing y'all had to do was like kill my ego. Cause I feel like when you have like when you are an artist, especially when you just kind of like kind of doing it yourself, and then even if you are a little bit good, your friends will hype you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, hey, Julian be killing. You talking about Julian that be rapping? Oh, he got bars. You know when they want to say bars back then,
Yeah,
but you know,
yeah.
you get what I'm saying.
But with us, what
And
you
then
get?
with y'all, it was like you was like I can see the potential, but
You can do
you
better.
can do better.
Yeah.
And then that was the first time somebody wasn't like
It's dope.
they didn't be like it's dope. Hold
No.
on, let me adjust my headphones real quick.
So here's the thing. Like when I first got to Toledo, I was brutally honest with everybody. You know the Chicago edge. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. If they ask me how this artist sound, nope. Oh, so but what I did find that I was doing, I'm taking full accountability. Instead of just saying no, it's not good. You need to have something, a reason why, and maybe how it can be better. So by the time we got to you, I was there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jude, you settling right there.
Yeah.
In that bar, you settling for the end of that punchline or whatever you trying to do. You settling, and you know, and I mean, hey, I think that's the best way to level up. So let me ask you this: when you did start to level up, what did because I think that my camp, you, Tila, Fortune, Phoenix, I think Yada, man, I think our camp lyrically is like probably one of the tightest.
Yeah, definitely.
Facts.
By far. Just I feel like talent wise, I honestly feel like maybe I leveled up when once I like ditched the whole alias, the whole the chronic aggression name, and I just started. Cause y'all was like, won't you? You was like,
You
man,
fought
why
me
don't
on
you-
that, boy.
Why don't you just use your regular name? And I'm like, man, no, I sound like a privileged kid. You know, my regular name. I
I
sound like
said,
one
what
of
did I
them
tell you? I
spoiled
said, boy,
kids.
it's your name. He said, man, I don't think Julian Thomas sound right. I said, that's your name, Joe. What are you talking? What are you talking about?
So yeah, man, and I feel like once I did that, and I felt like I always wanted to be creative, but I felt like y'all helped me capture that in a way that was interesting. So when it translated on beat, it came out to where like I'm not only am I saying something, but it's not boring. Like the clear eyes, like old boy from the Visine, clear eyes. That old like just monotone,
monotone.
like yeah. So yeah, I feel like and that happened because I was when I met y'all, I was still going through kind of puberty a little bit, so my voice was like
Changing.
cracking and
Yep.
everything too.
Yeah.
So I feel like once my voice like fully developed, and then like I said, like the writing, the creativity in the writing, along with the delivery and shit, we put in. I mean, we put in a lot of.
You good, baby bro.
Okay. we put in a lot of OT on that.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
all we
like
did.
A lot of man hours went into
Yeah.
the way I sound now. I tell people that like I had the gift, but I was like it wasn't until I got around y'all to realize that I had something that needed to be taken serious.
Yeah.
And y'all, man, I'm telling y'all, man, like when kids was out, man, going to prom and
Yeah.
going out and spending their summers running around with their friends. I saw my friends probably like maybe one weekend out of the month.
Yeah.
Just simply because like I knew where I needed to be.
Yeah.
Like I knew where I wanted to be. It would be times Cuzzo would tell me he coming to pick me up. And I would be out there like an hour to 2 hours ahead of time playing curveball right where I knew he
Let
was
me get
gonna
this in right now.
And as soon as I see that truck coming down the road, because
Yeah.
we can see way down the road out there.
Yeah.
Soon as I see that truck coming down the road, all right, y'all, this is my last point. It's over with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my bags. My bags been packed since yesterday.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, like, and yeah, that was the turning point. Probably about like I would say like 18, 19 is when like I started to get to where like the writing got to a point where it was like okay.
I think I got something.
I got something. But then like maybe a few years later is when I developed a style where it's more fluid. It's almost like water.
Right.
To where like it's a nice cadence, but I'm not cadence trapped. I'm not locked
into that
to one cadence. So like I can do it. I can rap to where like I'm conversating, and then I can rap to where I'm riding the beat.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when I learned how to actually ride the beat. That's when it was over with. I'm like, okay, now I can tap into other things, just other subgenres inside of rap music.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I can do any cadence now. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost like I can
Dial
hit
it
you
up.
with the Nas, and then I can hit you with the Jay-Z. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like 96
I know what you
Hov.
mean.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like I can do that, but then I can also hit you with the drill.
Yeah.
Drill music. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it's
And you know what I think that's a good like a testament to that. What I think was good is coming from the Midwest, because we was in the middle. We was always in the middle of all these coasts in the South, and so we got you get a little bit of something from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
that's where
absolutely.
that comes from. And then of course when you do get in your bag like that and you learn how to ride the beat, like you say, you can go anywhere with it, because there's a confidence level that comes with that. And speaking of that, so just to segue, so when did you start to get more into the battle rap side?
battle rap. Well, back when we was doing artist development.
Yeah,
Man, Fortune would battle like at the end of the weekend.
we had the glitch, right?
We would always, that was almost like, like
The capper to the
what could I call that? It was like we went through all these things throughout the weekend. It's like, okay, now
the capper,
it's
right.
time to bring it to the
Cap it off.
battlefront.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because one thing about Fortune too is that y'all would be in there doing y'all verses and messing up. You'd be like, wait a minute, what I say? And then she can tell you your whole verse. She would tell them him and Yada. She would tell them their whole verse. No, that ain't how you said it, man. Do it right.
yeah. And I feel like doing those exercises is what gave me the ability to tap into that killer instinct.
Right.
And not be afraid of it, because I'm so laid back at times, and that when I actually do rap, it kind of shock people, because people be like, man, I didn't realize you was gonna come with that energy, you know.
Yeah.
So I would say about 2019, I went to my first battle. And I performed that day. I didn't even know I was performing. I would just pull up, you know, and people would be like, man, you gotta do something. You know, my boy, shout out to Frankie Corleone, because he'd be like, hey,
shout
you
out to
gotta
Frankie,
do
man.
something.
Right.
And we ended up doing the track. It's crazy how this unfolded, because we ended up doing a track together called Planet of the Eights. And it was 8 bars apiece. I ended up he just called me. He was like, man, come to the crib.
Why don't I have that
He had the
project?
studio. No, it's just one song. And it got me, Frankie, and Payne on it. We get there.
Shout out to Payne.
We get there. Well, they was already there. They was at Frankie's spot. I pull up. So we sitting there. We just like, and Frankie the type, he just looking around. He like, man, all this talent, man, we gotta do something. So he always just got beats. Put the beat on. I think Frankie laid his verse. Frankie is just talented, man. He don't care who go first,
One of them
second,
ones.
last. He don't care.
Yeah, Frankie one of them
He
ones.
like, man, I'm gonna lay my verse. Payne don't write. Payne, he write in his head. So he like, the whole time Frankie doing his verse, Payne working on his verse. So Payne do his verse, and then I write. I tell people, look, hey, I write. That's what I like to do. So I'm kind of writing down some ideas, and then he was like, man, Frankie was like, man, just do it, man. So I go in and I snap on the verse, and Payne was like, I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So ever since then, me and Payne been locked in. I actually went to the first shock that he had, which stands for Stay Home or Come Kill. That was his event that he threw, his battle rap event where he had battles.
Oh, that's dope. That's a dope acronym. Goodness.
He'll do the battles, but he also got like a few performers too. So like the local artists can get theirs off too.
That's here?
Yeah,
That's something that's current right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sheesh.
And I went I performed that song with them. And then after that, man, like we walk off stage and everybody start gathering in another area. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm thinking, somebody about to get into it or something.
Right.
And Rec battled a dude from Milwaukee that day. Shout out to my brother Rec.
That's the guy I met last night, right?
Yeah, tall dude.
Yeah.
He's with ATS too.
Okay.
They battled, and it was a undercard before them. And man, like I just fell in love. I was infatuated. So I reached out to him. I was like, man, I'm trying to get my feet wet with this battle rap shit,
Yeah. You good?
You
Battle
good.
rap,
Keep
with
going.
the battle rap thing.
Right.
And I just told him, I was like, bro, put me on. So that's when he had me battle Bones, which turned out to be my ATS brother anyway.
Yeah, I met Bones last night too.
That was both of
Shout
our
out
first
Bones.
times getting in the ring. So from that point, very easily my rap fans, which is very diverse,
Yeah.
black,
Anyway.
white. I got
A lot of Canadians.
a lot of Canadians,
Yeah.
just people from all over the world, different cultures and different colors and creeds, and they just transitioned over. When
Nice.
they transitioned over to battle rap, and they like when I give them the music too, because
Nice.
that's what they was there for originally.
Right.
And ever since then, like they've been rocking. Now I'm up in Michigan. I got a very nice situation in Michigan with Bar Wars.
Right.
That's my home league. Shout out to Ledge and Sean, the 2 guys, and Maddie too. 3 guys. They the ones that's behind the machine. That's
Okay.
pushing Bar Wars. So Shout out to them.
I didn't know that was so political, bro.
Yeah, it's very political.
You told me that you have to get up in the rank. It's almost like boxing.
Yeah,
you can't fight this dude until you get this dude. Yeah. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny because like it'll be guys like that approach me and be like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to battle you, man. I'm trying to battle you." And then there's always somebody else that be like, "Man, you gotta work your way up till you battle JT, man." Like,
okay,
it don't be me saying that though,
right.
you know, because I live under a rock, so like I'll be kind of like into myself, like, which is weird because I like music, but when I'm working on my stuff, I'm only listening to me or watching my battles and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
So I don't be knowing a lot of guys, and they be like, "Man, you don't know who that is," and I be like, I thought he was cool, you know what I'm saying? They be like, "Man, he got to work his way up, man." I'm like, all right.
So what are you attempting to like to gain like through the battle rap? Like, is there a destination, like a place that I know is never like with the music business, it's never like a final destination because it's a passion, right?
Oh yeah.
So, but what are you looking to gain like in the next few years or so with battle rap?
Well, the next few years, I definitely want to be at a point where I have a few like real like actual names under my belt by then, like where you might see like JT versus a B Magic or somebody like that. But I think my end goal is with battle rap, it's kind of like developing other battlers. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I came to battle rap because I was looking for that spark of creativity,
right,
with the writing. So it's like, and not to say it like music is easy, but I've been doing it for a real long time. So it's almost like battle rap is like, I feel like music is like the NBA, but battle rap is like street ball. Cause you know what I mean? It's
right.
Like,
yeah, that's a good.
It's like, man, like, okay, I like to get out there and I go 30,
you
go
more
30 for 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's cool to cross, you know what I'm saying? Cross people up,
Yeah.
snap a few ankles, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like my end goal, definitely, because I don't want to be one of those guys that go up in ranks and then kind of, look down on the guys that's still moving up. Yeah, so I definitely want to be somebody that they can reach out to and get pointers from.
Okay.
And especially on like, even with business too, because it's a lot of guys that will try to swindle you out here.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll see you, they can see the potential in you, and a lot of times you don't see that potential in yourself.
Okay.
So, guys will take advantage of that. And, it'll be good to have somebody like almost like a big bro figure,
right?
That you can come to and, like, hey, man.
Help you out.
Stay away from that. This is a good deal for you,
Yeah. Well, shout out your social medias and tell them.
Well, this is what I tell people. Hashtag JT from ATS on everything.
Hashtag
simplest way to find it is to
JT
just Google it. Yeah.
ATS.
Yeah, JT from, and what's crazy, that's just a hashtag. I just put that hashtag on everything that I post across the board.
Okay, gotcha.
So when you Google it, it pop up on TikTok, which I get left and came back.
Yeah.
But TikTok,
right. 17
Instagram,
hours.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Of course, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Threads. And you'll actually come across my link tree.
Okay.
Which my link tree has access to everything. I drop battles, interviews, this podcast. Once this drop, this will be on that.
Right.
So yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
hey man, let me just tell you this, bro. I'm super proud. That was a proud moment for me last night. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You bodied your competition. I mean, got him out the way.
Appreciate it.
To me.
Appreciate it.
To me. And we had our camp with us, man. So I'm glad we could support, man. You know me. Anytime you want to reach out, we family. Yeah, but man, I appreciate you for coming through. Anything else you want to tell the people?
I just want to say, man, I just want to let the world know, man, these guys, man, they was very patient with me. I could never repay them for the time they put into, just looking out for little bro.
Man.
Period, man. Shout out to Numbers. Shout out to Phoenix. Shout out to Miss Matila.
Thank you.
All right. Well, man, hey, thanks for coming
Shout out to
through,
you
bro.
guys,
And we're
man,
gonna
and thanks
chop
for
it up
having me.
again. I'm gonna have you on here again. Maybe you can, when I bring some battle rappers through, man, you can help me me host that one.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
If you need, any contacts to, certain battlers.
Oh, you know I do. You know I
Sure.
do. We'll talk. But thank y'all, man, for tuning in to the Phat Mechanics Chop Shop. I'm Chalie Numbas. Thank you for my helpers, man. Of course, my little sis Tila, Simon Phoenix, and thanks to my man for letting us use 50 Ways Studios in Toledo. We'll see y'all next time.